All right, Rachel, we can do this.
Yes. Hello. Hey, Eleanor.
Hello.
Hi, everybody. Prego Expo. We are excited to be here. All right, so I think we're going to get started. We've got about 25 minutes. So we're going to go through a nice presentation on a lot of our products and kind of walk you through some different stages on starting solids. And when we're done, we're going to hop right over to our booth. So we would love to have you guys hop on over there and join us as soon as we're done here. So my name is Rachel. I'm the Denver Regional Brand Specialist for Happy Family. I've been with Happy Family for about 5 years now. Happy Family launched on Mother's Day in 2006 with the goal to change the trajectory of children's health through nutrition. And we really live those values every single day and in all the products that we bring out. And as we go through that, we're going to give you a good overview of that. But the main thing to know is that all of our products are 100% organic, and we thoughtfully curate those with organic ingredients and enlightened nutrition, and a lot of the ingredients that we put through those in all those products. So, Eleanor.
Hi there, my name is Eleanor, and I am the Regional Brand Specialist for Happy Family Organics in the Chicago area. And yeah, like Rachel said, all of our Happy Family products are certified USDA organic, which means that all of our food is grown without the use of toxic, persistent pesticides. There's no artificial hormones, and there's no GMOs. So we have this really great philosophy. It's the enlightened nutrition approach. And what that means is that, we go beyond the USDA organic standards, and we feel providing a healthy start for your baby is more about than just using organic ingredients. Because really what your baby eats in that first few years of life is really important, and it really impacts their overall development on their physical development as well as their brain development. So it's really important to get those essential nutrients in their diet and all those great vitamins. Okay, so I'm really excited to share today a lot of our Happy Family products. We're going to go over the resources that we have online at our website, happyfamilyorganics.com. We're going to talk about our Happy Baby experts and who those people are. And then we're going to talk about our new Facebook page. It's Happy Parents Community. And we encourage all the moms to go ahead and join that Facebook community because there's lots of giveaways, there's free parent webinars, and so forth. And of course, during the seminar, if you have any questions about starting solids, please put your questions in the chat, and we'll try to go ahead and get those answers for you. Okay, so let's talk about feeding from 0 to 6 months. This feeding journey is really going to start with either breast milk or formula or a combination of both. So breast milk or formula is going to be their main source of nutrition to the year of the age of 1. Okay, so we understand there's many different feeding journeys because we've all been there and we respect everyone's feeding journey. I myself am a mom of 3 kids, and I had to do a combination of both breastfeeding and formula, so I really do get it. So the World Health Organization suggests that you exclusively breastfeed for the first 6 months of your baby's life, and if you can, up to 2 years. And it's really because there's these great benefits for breast milk that are for your child. So breast milk is really amazing because it provides all those essential nutrition that your baby needs. And so for baby, there's some really great benefits for breastfeeding, and that includes, lowering their incidence of child illness and really creating this really good healthy gut bacteria with the probiotics with breast milk. And the neat thing is that the breast milk will change as your baby ages, and so all the nutrition changes with them. So to support breastfeeding, came up lactation cookie. I hope you guys see. They are certified lactation specialists as well as being registered dietitians. And we've included some really great key nutrition and ingredients in here, like DHA for brain development, iron, vitamin D, brewer's yeast, and so forth. So these will increase the nutritional content of your breast milk. They are perfectly fine to eat them while you are pregnant. And because whatever you are eating, baby's obviously getting too. But they actually help increase the nutritional content of your milk. They don't increase your supply per se, but they will increase the nutritional content. Oh, and Rachel, thank you so much. So Rachel's holding up, so they're all individually packaged, and that flavor is chocolate chip and sea salt, and it's super, super delicious. These are dairy free, so they're really, really great. And now Rachel's gonna go over some of the more resources that we have for breastfeeding for moms.
Thank you, Eleanor. It looks like we might have lost your camera too, if you want to reconnect while I'm talking.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the lactation cookies are available on Amazon. Nicole has been sending some links through there, so you guys can follow those on Amazon, but they are delicious. So now that we've kind of talked about some support for mama, we know that as you guys get going into your feeding journey, you know, there's a lot of benefits to breastfeeding, and we all are you know, cognizant of those benefits. But we also recognize that breastfeeding isn't for everybody. It doesn't work for everybody. You know, there's a lot of reasons why it just is not always feasible. So to do that, we have brought out our organic formula. So this is modeled after breast milk. It's a stage 2, so it's from 6 to 12 months. Nicole has a really helpful link that she's going to share on Breastfeeding 101, which will give you a lot of information about breastfeeding and tips for breastfeeding. But our formula right now is available at Target and I think Amazon as well, Target and Amazon. After breast milk, it's completely organic. And important key ingredients like DHA, which is important for baby's brain and eye development, probiotics, which is really good for stomach issues, and obviously all the benefits of organic. So this is a really nice resource that you have available to you if you need it. We certainly want to support you no matter what. And I think that we have a coupon for that Nicole's going to post. So that's always good. We love our coupons. And we also have a sensitive version, Eleanor mentioned in our earlier session. So that's good to know too. If you have a baby who's got some tummy issues, you could certainly look at the sensitive formula issue. So this is our modeled after breast milk, Happy Baby organic formula.
And hopefully we get a coupon for that too.
Yeah. All right, and it sounds like we're having some technical issues. We're going to do the best that we can. If we miss your questions and we don't reply to it, come to our booth immediately after. We will answer any questions in there if we lose our cutoff here. Okay, so Eleanor's going to talk to us a little bit now about the fun stuff. We're getting into some starting solids right around 6 months of age.
Fun. So around the age of 6 months, your baby may be ready for solids. So the American Academy of Pediatrics says that you can begin solids around the age of 6 months because at this point, the baby's intestinal tract is fully developed and they're able and ready to handle food. So this is a really exciting time. To go cameras at them because it's just a really fun time. So Happy Family offers a variety of things that you can start off as a first solid. But how do we know if baby is ready for solids? Well, there's a few signs of readiness. The first sign is baby able to sit up well on their own or with a little bit of assistance? Are they able to keep their head up high? You don't want baby to keep their head down low like this because that means more chance for choking. Are they able to turn their head from left and right? When baby starts feeding, you're going to go ahead, baby's going to communicate with you saying, no, mom, I don't want any, and yes, mom, I want food. So can they turn their head from left and right? Do they show interest when you're sitting at the table in what you're eating? That's another sign of readiness. And then the last sign is the loss of the tongue thrust. So that's basically when they push out their tongue. So when you go in for that first feeding and you're feeding them food, you know, you have to remember they've only had breast milk or formula at this point. So they may push it out with their tongue, and that's the tongue thrust. And some babies get it really fast. They're like, okay, mom's got great food at the end of that spoon, and then they eat it. And other babies, it just takes a little while to kind of get that tongue thrust to go away, but they do. It's just a baby skill that they will eventually learn. So really at the beginning of around the age of 6 months, starting solids is all about tasting new textures, new flavors, learning how to chew and how to swallow and so forth. So it's really, you have to remember, again, breast milk or formula or a combination of both is going to be their main source of nutrition that first year. So we kind of have a fun saying here at Happy Family, under one just for fun, because again, their main source of calories is going to come from breast milk or nutrition. So keep it light, don't stress about it or anything like that. Make it a fun experience for both you and your baby. Okay, so you can start, we often get the question, what do we start with? Well, you can start with like a single ingredient vegetable or fruit, or you can start with cereal. I'm going to show you our cereal that we have. Our cereal this one is oats and quinoa. This is a great cereal. All of our cereals have iron in them, and at around the age of 6 months, babies need that additional iron for brain development. So it's and it's easily digestible too, cereal is too. So how do you prepare cereal? We get this question a lot, don't we, Rachel?
All the time.
All the time. So babies will reject whatever's foreign to them. So if they're used to breast milk, go ahead and put a little breast milk in the cereal. And or if they're formula fed, put a little formula, or you can use water too. But go ahead and make it almost like a soup consistency, very, very thin, because you have to remember, babies only had breast milk or formula up until this point. And you're only going to mix up like a couple, maybe a tablespoon or two of it, just a little bit, just to introduce them to learn how to keep it in their mouth and swallow. So don't mix a big bowl or anything like that. And Rachel's going to talk a little bit about the stages of baby food.
Yeah, one more thing about the cereal bags are resealable. So you can just take out a little bit, squeeze the air out of it, and seal that bag up and use it again and again. And again.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Eleanor, you're so right. Their tummies are so small at this stage that you don't want to mix up a ton of it to start. You just want to use a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about cereal. The next or other option, you kind of, the conventional wisdom goes back and forth. You can really start with anything. But the other option to start with would be the jars or the pouches. So we mark our jars and our pouches in the stages. So this one, we make it really easy. This is a this one is green beans. It's stage 1. So we've marked on the jar, it is stage 1, which means it is one simple ingredient. It is just organic green beans in here and water. And if you look at the jar consistency, it's almost like a soup, like a real thin, watery soup. So it's designed to mimic the texture of breast milk or formula again. And all you're doing now is introducing a new flavor, a little bit thicker consistency. As you move through these come in a lot of different ingredients. You can do carrots and prunes and pears. You want to try one ingredient at a time, and you want to give it 2 or 3 days. So you want to make sure that baby doesn't have any reactions to what's in here. And if you start introducing 3 or 4 ingredients at once, you're not going to be able to separate out. So you try one, you watch for a couple days, you watch for signs of reaction. So those would be things like rashes, diaper rash, irritability, rashes on their tummies. If you don't see anything like that, you can assume that there are no allergic reactions, and then you can move on to the next color in the rainbow and kind of go through that. As we move into stage 2, and we've marked it up here, so it says stage 2, 6 months and up. Now we're mixing at least 2 ingredients. So this one is apples and spinach. At this point, you would want to make sure that babies had at least one of those 2 ingredients, and now you can bring in the other ingredient here in the jar. Our pouches are the same way, that they're all marked stage 1 and stage 2. And as you start to move into stage 2 and stage 3, the consistency starts getting a little thicker. So you'll see it's not quite as watery. We're starting to move up through that texture progression. And as we move into stage 3 on the pouches, you'll actually see some grains in there too, like quinoa and oats. All of our jars are WIC certified in 20 states. So we're really excited about that. And then so our pouches. Oh, and they're all resealable too. So the same thing as you're working with your baby and you're starting with just a little tiny amount, you can recap these, put them back in the refrigerator and keep them in there for a day or so and go back to it. Our pouches. So these are our Clearly Crafted line. We were the first ones to do the clear panel, so you can see all the way through and see exactly what's going on the inside. We also include the recipe on the back, which is a nice thing. You can see exactly what goes into the ingredients. And we give some information about the organic farmers that we work with. So you can really start to develop that connection with where your food is coming from. And then we also include some really exciting ingredients. We talked a little bit about our Enlightened Nutrition and how we are really big on the organic aspect, but we're also big on exposing your baby to a lot of different flavors and ingredients and feeding their brain as much as we're feeding their stomach. So things like bananas, sweet potatoes, and papaya. This one has papaya. This one has apples, guavas, and beets. So just a lot of interesting ingredients, purple carrots and kale and spinach. Just a lot of different things that you can experiment with and expose your baby to. You've got a really small window where you can really widen out their palate, and we really try to maximize and make the most of that. All right, so just a couple of tips. If you start on green beans with your baby and baby's not having green beans, that is okay. Most experts say it can take between 10 and 15 times of introducing a food to your baby before they accept it. So don't get discouraged, don't get upset, just put the lid on it, put it back, and try it again in a couple hours. Another good tip is not to do this when your baby's hungry. So you want to, after nap time is not the time to do this. They wake up from nap, they're starving, they don't want to learn any new skills, they just want to eat. So give them a little snack, give them a little breast milk, a little formula, and then you can kind of, when the pressure's off, sit down and enjoy yourself with something like this. Another really fun thing is to let your baby play with the spoon. Put a spoon on their table tray and let them play with it and kind of practice getting it to their mouth. That's just all little ways to start involving your baby in this process and making it more fun for them. All right, so I know Nicole is posting a bunch of comments in there and coupons, so keep an eye on that. And I think we're going to talk about something new, right, Eleanor?
We are. Yeah, we do. So we have a brand new product. These are called our savory blends. These are the stage 2 vegetable. They're really fabulous. So we have 4 different flavors. And what's nice is that they actually have the bottom is clear, so you can see through the pouch at the bottom. So what makes savory blends a little different is that we add, for instance, this one has got olive oil and garlic. It's broccoli and carrots with olive oil and garlic. So something very similar that you would make at home, you know, and eat for yourself. We've got a couple other flavors such as purple carrot and cauliflower. This one's got avocado in there, and each pouch has a serving and a half of vegetables. And we're trying to, you know, again, just get our baby to love those vegetables right from the very start. And they're really, really good. Something, again, that we would, as adults, would like to eat. And so we have on our website, we've got a great article, too, about how to get your baby to eat vegetables. And I know Nicole will go ahead and post that article that we have about how to get your baby to learn those vegetables. But these are a brand new product. You can get them on, I think, Target right now and Amazon.
Yeah, they're awesome. And no salt. They're just the savory. They're amazing. They've got sage and rosemary. And again, just exposing your baby to all these different flavors and tastes at an early age, which is so cool. Okay, so let's talk about some snacking, right? So we've gotten through all of the, you know, first foods and the purees and the cereals, and baby's doing good, and you know your cereals are getting thicker and thicker and thicker as you go, and your purees, you're starting to bring in some grains and even some meats into your purees. And now baby's ready for snacks, which is when things get really fun. And we've got some great snacks to talk about. So a couple of things that you want to watch out for. You want to make sure the baby can sit independently. She can hold her head up. Pushing straight up, you know, from that crawling position. She can get her tummy up off of the floor, sit unassisted. Those are all signs that she might be ready for solids, for snacks. And at that time, you can always talk to your pediatrician, and it's probably a good idea to do that. And you want to make sure that as you're going through these snacks, you are really monitoring your baby, because there are so many skills going on in this period, and they're going to be excited, you're going to be excited, and we just want to make sure that you have 2 eyes on your baby while you're doing this.
Yes.
All right, so let's start with our yogis. So these are a classic. If anybody's on number 2 or number 3, I'm sure you have seen these. These have been around forever. These are a freeze-dried yogurt snack. So they are a dairy product. They include all the benefits of dairy, calcium. They also have probiotics, which are really good for the tummy. Again, just like we've marked on our jars, we mark on our snacks. So this is for crawling baby. It tells you anything you need to know. These are gluten-free. A lot of our products are gluten-free, made with yogurt culture, so it is a dairy product. But we also have a non-dairy version. So if you're looking to do non-dairy, you've got a dairy insensitivity, you can look at our creamies, which are a coconut-based product instead of milk. But these are awesome because they will actually dissolve right in baby's mouth. So you'll see a lot of, putting it in, taking it out, putting it, looking, inspecting it. They might want to share it with you. It's so sweet. But these will dissolve. So your baby doesn't have to have teeth. She doesn't really have to understand like chewing and swallowing yet. It'll be a lot of gumming it and then swallowing it. But these are really good too because they're just little small O's. So if you are out to dinner or you just want, a little bit of concentration time, you can put a few on the tray table and let baby practice her hand-eye coordination and her pincher grasp. But these have been a staple forever. They are well loved in the Happy Family line. We still love those. So those are really good. And then we've got some new snacks to share too with you guys. So these are our snackers. They've just come out this year. They're available in Target right now. These come in 2 flavors. This one is a creamy spinach and carrot, and this one is tomato basil. Same thing. We've marked on here. They're for crawling baby. They're gluten-free, savory, unsalted snacking. And these are really cute. First of all, it's a resealable lid, which is so nice. So you can start the snacks and then put them away later. And then mouth as well, so they're really easy for quick snacking. All right, I know we just have a couple minutes left, so Eleanor, let's talk about some of the resources we have available for parents. And then we invite you guys to jump back in our booth right after, and we'll take up a bunch of questions for you guys.
Yes. Okay, so you can find our products. You can find our products on Amazon, Target, Whole Foods, Bye Bye Babies. You can actually go to our website, and in the top right-hand corner, there's a store locator. Put in your zip code, and then it'll spit out all of the stores. But basically, all national grocery chains will have our products. Let's talk a bit about our Happy Baby experts. So we talked about our Happy Baby experts. They are certified lactation specialists. They are registered dietitians. They are all moms. If you go to our website, Happy Family Organic, you could go ahead and it'll say, want to chat with one of our Happy Baby experts. If you have questions about breastfeeding, bottle feeding, if you have a toddler that's a picky eater, these experts days a week, it's service. And you know what, when you're in the thrust of things and you think that baby's not getting enough, or you're kind of frustrated, hop on, ask your question, and you will get a real answer in real time. So please, we're going to go ahead and post a link to those Happy Baby experts too. Fabulous resource for parents. And Rachel's going to talk a little bit about our Learning Center.
Yeah, so we have a ton of information on our website. If you go to happyfamilyorganics.com and go to our Learning Center, we have over 300 articles on there that have been written by those Happy Baby experts, our nurses and lactation consultants and nutritionists. And those topics range from breastfeeding, latching, supply, how to prepare for breastfeeding, how to prepare for starting solids, picky eaters as you start to move into toddlerhood, recipes, meal planners. There is just so much information on our website. So we definitely encourage you to check that out. We also have a Happy Baby Alexa skill, which was new last year. And when you activate that skill, you can say, Alexa, open Happy Baby Experts. And that will link you to a lot of information that comes from those articles written by our Happy Baby experts. So that kind of all revolves back to our Happy Baby experts. And then the best part, the best thing we want to share with you guys is our new group.
Yeah, so Join us on Facebook. We've got a new parent group, fabulous group. It's called Happy Parents Community. We encourage all the moms today to go to Facebook, Happy Parents Community. We'll put a link into that Facebook group. Completely free to join. Free parent webinars. I think last week we had like 3 giveaways. Great coupons for parents. So kind of a behind the scenes look at Happy Family. Please join that Facebook community. We would love to see you.
Yeah, we love it. We love it when Prego moms come visit us over there.
Absolutely.
All right, you guys, we are just about out of time. We want to thank you so much. We love connecting with you. Hop on over to our booth. We're going to do a little giveaway. We're going to answer some questions. So we'll see you over there in a few minutes. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.